but I really wish they'd called it like the yarn and sew shop. Just as a crocheter, I get really, I knit too, but it feels very excluding in a way. It'd be nice to have crochet or like the yarn and sew shop or yarn and fabric shop.
Hello. So we are back at Michael's. In my defense, it's been like 3 weeks, right? There was some yarn that we missed the last time, and also there's been just a few new drops. So I'm going to see if I can find those and find what I missed the last time. So I'm in a different location than I normally am. I drove across town for my locals. I am at the Fort Union location, and I am excited to see how this one compares. I've been to this store before, but it's been quite a while. I'm just not in this part of town very often. So let's go take a look together.
Looks like we are getting our Christmas takeover, which I'm not mad at all. I actually love that they put Halloween on clearance so early, so if you're still looking for Halloween things, you can just get it cheaper. Starting to think yarn is on the other side, so cross this way. That is a really cute wreath. Oh, so this is a whole new display. So we have a bunch of crochet kits, but they're ornament kits. This is really fun. There's like a Santa. There's a couple cute mugs. There's a little present. Gosh, I love this tree. My name is Tannin, like Tannenbaum. That one has like a 3 that you could do. Gingerbread. Oh my gosh, that cat. Look at the cat. That is so cute. Snowball. Pookie. And then it looks like these are just repeats, but how fun for the holidays. I love that actually. Okay, so flipping around. Ooh, it is BOGO week. Let's see what we got. So one of the things I read is that these frosted are new. Well, at least like, so when I looked on the website and I did a filter by what's new, and it said this was. So maybe they just have new colors, because I know that this has been around for a little bit. And like they do have, I only see 3 colors, but this is like a beautiful teal, beautiful purple. We'll look at some stats while we're here. So this is Burnout Blanket Big Frosted. And 100% polyester, 32 yards, Jumbo 7. It's like a 25 millimeter crochet hook. That's crazy. 10.5 ounces. This is nighttime. This teal is Blue Lagoon. And this pretty purple down here, I'm gonna guess like a lilac or something. Nope, Mystic Purple. Okay. Oof. And then turning around, we have a lot of slice of anniversary cakes, kind of mixed in with some other stuff that's been thrown on here. Going to the side, just like a random K&C. I like it. Lots of skinny cakes. Some pretty blossom cakes. Now these are not new. They just happen to be here in the center. Just like this cinnamon swirl cake. I really like that color actually. That is Latte. Here we have, I think, some of the new macchiato cakes. We still have plenty at this location. I did show this in the last video, and I'll make sure to tag it up in the corner. More cinnamon swirl. I love when they come with kind of that marbled look. I think those are my favorite ones. Here to the back, looks like we have a pretty good selection of Big Twist. Big Twist kind of classic value yarn. Lots of the smash cakes still. These were awesome in the last video. Very groovy. Go over to this display. Here we go. So we have Super Fluffy, which is new, versus Fluffy. Actually, oh, this is going to be even better. Similar color. So you can see the difference. Fluffy, Super Fluffy is the new one. So we'll do a little bit of stat comparison. The regular Fluffy is 9.8 ounces, same as the new Super Fluffy. Regular Fluffy is 415 yards. Super Fluffy is 178 yards, and that would be because Super Fluffy is a 6 bulky weight, 10 millimeter hook, 76 polyester, 12% nylon, 12% acrylic. And then the Fluffy yarn is a 5 bulky. It only takes an 8 millimeter hook. Oh, the makeup is different. So regular Fluffy is 90% polyester, 10% nylon. And the Super Fluffy is 76, the polyester, 12% nylon, and it has acrylic in it. So less polyester, more nylon, and it has acrylic. And this one doesn't have any of that. So comparison, ooh. I feel like Super Fluffy is definitely more Super Fluffy. Oh, and we have some more frosted over on this side. We'll do a little comparison here. Pretty comparable, considering that's a 5, that's a 6. But yeah, the Super Fluffy is definitely more Super Fluffy. So color-wise, let's see what we have here. As I flip it around, we have a cloudy. Okay, different names. So fluffy, or what did I say? Cloudy. That's regular Fluffy. Here's a Super Fluffy. Aqua. Oh, it's really pretty, like olivey green, which is pine. Oh, that would make some pretty holiday decor. Looks like a pretty corally color, and it is called coral. Oh, this one is nice. It's got like flecks in it. And you can see it has like some pink flecks, some gray. Put it next to the gray so you can kind of see that. Maybe I'll put it up next to coral as well so you can see some of that pink. I like that. This one is called Fawn Fleck. Then that Super Fluffy, I think that's the one charcoal, so darker gray. Yeah, man, they use a lot of colors in these. We have Aurora. Oh no, Aurora. I'm gonna have to get Aurora just because it says Aurora. For those who don't know, that is my youngest Corgi's name. We have a Dusky. There is charcoal. We'll put that charcoal back down here. Then there is this really pretty purple, which is plum. Oh, there's a yellow. Toffee. Ooh, I'm going to call that like mustard, but Toffee's nice. I think this is just this is the regular fluffy. I think that's the same ones above. Yeah, aqua. And then that one's a different one. This one is woodsy. Ooh, it's like a brown red. Not quite brick. It's a really good autumn color. Looks like that's just fluffy. So they have some of the fluffies just aligned here with the super fluffies. And then here is another of the big frosted. Deep red. Over here in the front. Oh, more big frosted. Pine Grove. Sorry, I couldn't read it on the camera. And Smoke Show. Coffee Bean. Let's move this aside for 1 second here to get this color. Oof. Which is hiding. Ivory, which is interesting because it's kind of like a tan color along with the ivory. The ivory is like on all of them. So I would call that one like tan. Also, and I've not seen this at a store, I know they're available online. These are the Burnett all-in-ones blankets, but they're the granny square. So unlike the Red Heart granny square, these are made with blanket yarn. So I love that they have a sample on the side. And they show that like 3 balls will make a really cute little baby blanket. 5 balls will make a little bit bigger blanket. So just like regular Burnett blanket, this is super bulky, 8mm hook, 100% polyester, 178 yards, 8.5 ounces. And this one that makes up that pretty, has those pretty colors, is called Retro Pop. This one makes that square, is called Seaside Shine. Chocoberry makes up that one. That pretty one. Some brown. Oh no, they're like olive. It's like an olive and a dusty purple. This is Olive You. Haha. Some purples, dusty blues. Makes up of that pretty square. Pebble Path. There's like quite a few of these. Makes up this kind of retro-y square. This reminds me of very 70s colors. Chocoberry. Oh, I said that. That was that one up there. Mostly blues, but we do have a little bit of sage green in there, which will be in the middle there. And this one is called Double Denim. Except this square, this is Dried Plum. This one is some nice bright colors, very summery. Except that cool square. And Throwback, I can see that. And then last one, just make sure this is the last one. Oh, no. I think that's different. That's a different one. You can already see a lovely factory knot in that. Mix up that square. This one is called Honeycomb. And then this last one, oh, it's got a pop of the bright hot pink in it for juice. So that square. So those are fun. Then I think I'm going to go down the aisles a little bit, see what other things I can find here. It's my first time seeing them decked out as the knit and sew shop. So much more brands you love. Okay, I've said this to a few people, but I really wish they'd called it like the yarn and sew shop. Just as a crocheter, I get really, I knit too, but it feels very excluding in a way. It'd be nice to have crochet or like the yarn and sew shop or yarn and fabric shop. That was fun. I ended up spending about 45 minutes talking to someone, and now we're getting back to all the yarn. Really lovely lady. Used to live in Pennsylvania. Was telling me about AC Moore and some of the projects she's done, and I love craft stores and talking to different people. So that was a joy. Deb, if you ever see this, hello. This is Becky. All right. So back here, it looks like we have nothing too new over in this area. Definitely some big needles and like, oh my gosh, is this a size 25? To be fair, some of like that 7 jumbo yarn does call for a 25 millimeter hook. So something I've been looking for is I am trying to do a project that has a double-ended crochet hook, and I saw some online, but I haven't seen any in stores. Well, I've seen the ones in stores that are huge, like super, super long. That's not what I need. So I think I'm just going to end up doing 2 crochet hooks attached to a wire. So Tunisian crochet hook and then a Tunisian crochet hook attached to the other end. I think that's what we'll end up doing. But anyway, I'm recognizing some of this yarn. Yep. This, guys, this is Big Twist, relabeled. This is, oh wait, is this? No, maybe it's not. Mauve. Maybe this is just the regular Big Twist yarn. Some of it looks a lot like the Big Twist Value, but I know they're rebranding it slowly. But maybe, okay, I lied. This is this is the soft classic yarn. I just thought it looked too similar. And I did see this earlier, and I was going to pull it up. So we have our Caron 1 pound yarn, and they are rebranding this into Loops and Thread Color Craft. So going through the stats really quick. This one is 812 yards. Ooh. Oh my goodness. There's yarn flying everywhere. Let's just, move this to the side. How about that? This is also 812 yards. 16 ounces, 16 ounces. There we go. Trying to find the labels. Both are a 4-weight, 5 millimeter hook, 100% acrylic. So literally just changing the sleeve on it. Exact same yarn, but here is what we have known, and that is now what it'll look like. So not much of a change there, or not much of a exciting new colors or anything, just literally changing sleeves, relabeling. That's the word I was looking for. So all of these are the same. I did see one thing that is new I saw online in my search was demi pearl. Actually, let me go double check that. Yes, demi pearl. I looked at my list I made. This honestly looks just like, you know, our classic Bernat blanket yarn. Bit more colors, but really looks like your basic blanket yarn. In fact, we will do a little bit of a comparison too, just for fun. Demi Pearl as opposed to Bernat Blanket. This is a little bit looser, is a little bit tighter. 152 yards versus 220 yards. So this is a bit more. That's a 6 weight. This is also a 6 weight, 6.5 millimeter, 8 millimeter, which I always thought was funny. It just kind of more depends on what project you're using for on this, because a lot of people will make blankets and then some will use, for amigurumi. So you would need a different hook size, but every other stat is the same. 100% polyester, 100% polyester. The only difference between the two is there's more yardage in this one, less in that one. And the hook size, the recommended hook size is smaller on this versus the Bernat blanket. Wonder 6.5 millimeter. Yeah, same thing with the needle size. So I did actually ask if they had some of the anniversary cakes left, and they do not at this location. Very sad. I did visit another location, and I will throw in that video at the end. I just wasn't having the best day that day, so I wasn't so pleased with the material that I recorded. So you'll see it from there. Also, groovy cloud cakes. They don't have here, but they did have them at the other location. So again, I will put that in at the end as well. And other than that, I think that probably will end our tour of Michael's today. I love that they did have the Bernat blanket, like the granny squares. That was not at the other location, and I haven't seen that in the store yet, just online. And I like their selection of cakes is much bigger than a lot of other stores that I've seen. So much bigger. But all right, I think we will call that good. This is one of the new ones that was not here last month. It is Groovy Cloud Cakes. Now, they are, a little bit about them. 4 weight, 720 yards, and 100% polyester. 4.5. That's so interesting. Sorry, you can't hear me over the big truck or the big, whatchamacallit. It'll come to me later. But this is a 4 weight, but it's calling for a 4.5 millimeter hook. Very different. So this color is called Plum Paradise. Interesting. What's interesting too is if you look at the date, it says April. Yeah, these were not out in April. So this is Plum Paradise. I was kind of afraid of the groovy cloud cakes, that they would be really funky, but they're actually not that bad. So this one, you can see, they're mostly spun the same. This one is Minty Marble. So they have kind of a neutral. And this one is Maple Glaze. I love that. That's totally like a maple donut. And then this one, which I will show the difference. It is not the same. By itself, you would think so, but this one is Icy Lime. Now that one's a bit crazy. Looks like they put some other cloud cakes over here. Perfect phasing. And okay, that's the same as that one. Oh, there's this guy. That one's pretty. Ooh. Raspberry roll up. That tracks. Now I'm thinking of fruit roll ups from my youth. But if you've never used a cloud cake, they are incredibly soft and they fit up like they live up to the name of cloud. It is ridiculously soft and very cloud like. But I shouldn't have been surprised with the hook size because if you look, this is a 4 because of the halo on it. Let's get a little bit closer. Because of the halo, they consider it a 4, but in reality, I mean, look at that. That is definitely more like a DK-ish weight, but 4 for the halo. Don't really like a DK. So I don't see any more of those. So that was just 1, 2, 5 colors. I feel like there was more colors. Looks like we do have some of the anniversary cakes. They were not here last time. So anniversary cakes are huge. Visual. As big as my head, bigger than my head. They are a 6 bulky weight. They are 8mm crochet hook and 129 yards, 941 meters, and they are 100% acrylic. They're pretty like cushy soft though. I really do like them. They do tend to split, so that is something to be aware of. But as pointed out before, these colors were in the Caron swirl cakes last year. So a lot of them are repeats from that. So Tropical Breeze, and it looks like the only other one is this guy, which is Beach Towel. So kind of put them side by side. You can see the difference. I hope you guys had some fun walking around the store with me and seeing some of the new yarn, and then the clips from the other day where I showed a bit more. And yeah, I'm loving seeing new things at Michael's. I know it probably will not be as often as we saw new things at Joann, but it's the little victories in life. I thrive on them. They're what get me through. So I will catch you guys very soon with some non-Michael's content, I promise. So I will see you guys then. Bye!